Welcome to Matt God Aficionado. My name is Ace Haru, author of How to Be a High Value Man, The Blueprint to Success with Women. It's available in paperback and also it's online as an audio book. I highly recommend you guys go to Audible and check it out. It's a good listen. It's just 2 hours. You know, the book is 4 years old, going on 5 years old, and it's still 5-star rating. So check it out. Nevertheless, let's jump right into it. Um, there's an ancient proverb that I quote a lot between men and women, right? So the proverb goes, the highest calling of a man is to protect the woman so that she can walk the earth unharmed. It is. Now, the lowest calling of a man is to ambush a woman and force his way into her life. Okay? So, if the highest calling of a man is to protect and the lowest calling of a man is to ambush, let's dive into that. Now, we already know that, your wife, you know what I'm saying, that's a woman that you want to protect and provide for and love on and build with and all that, right? But if you're in your lowest calling, right, which means you ambush your way into her life. What does the word ambush mean? It means to attack a person when they're off guard. Ambush from behind, like a predator, as it were. You know what I mean? Like a tiger or a lion or a cat. You know what I'm saying? They often ambush their predators, hide behind their camouflage, and then once the target is in range, they attack. Well, so how can we correlate that anecdotally? Well, if a woman is pulling away from you, right? She pulls away. And she starts not reciprocating energy. She starts to not be involved intimately with you or present with you. She doesn't call back. She doesn't initiate sex. She doesn't initiate phone calls. She doesn't initiate texting. She doesn't initiate communication. She's not putting in effort to trying to come see you. Or even to the extent where she audibly says that, hey, I want to take a break, or, I don't think this is working out, and she actually breaks up with you, okay? All of that is pulling back. Anytime a woman pulls back from you, you got to reciprocate that energy. You have to match her energy. You have to do the same, okay? And you want to do the same to her on many, 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 many different levels, okay? You want to mirror her energy. When she pulls away, you want to pull away as well. Because number one, it's all about self-respect. You never want to try to keep someone who's not trying to keep you. You don't want to chase. You see what I'm saying? You always want to replace. You always want to fill in the gap. But before you replace and fill in the gap, you want to analyze, what led up to it, because, there's a lesson in everything. Okay? And you gotta look at this time as self-reflection, because, when she got with you, she saw something in you. There was something about you that she liked. Well, up until that point, that was the culmination, whereas she was like, you know what, this is the last straw or whatnot. And so I'm just going to go ahead and pull away. This is just too much. Now, you got to analyze on what that is, because she got with you for a reason, then she left you for a reason. So you got to put some onus on yourself. I'm not going to sit here and say, you got to blame these women, these bras, these chicks, and all of that. No. Look into the mirror. Self-reflect, because that woman is a reflection of you. Everything in your reality is a reflection of you. Thoughts become things. Thoughts can be measured. Thoughts are literally tangible vibrations of frequency that emanate from the visual part of your mind. The pineal gland, the pineal gland, that actually has rods and cones, your third eye. So whatever that you see in your mind's eye, in that subconscious mind of the pineal gland, it actually creates a frequency of vibration that radiates into the ethers, right? And then the universe picks up on that, right? And then that creates a reality in your paradigm, in your existence. So that woman was a reflection of you. Now, what triggered that impulse for her to want to pull away? Well, it could be a plethora of things, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you just too much to deal with. Maybe she just wasn't ready to grow. Maybe you started becoming a little bit too needy. Maybe you started becoming too relationship focused and this and that. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you started putting her on a pedestal. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when dudes get in these relationships, these women, man, you know what I'm saying, you start to really emote on that woman. You know what I'm saying? You start to like imagine her, you start to fantasize about her, and you start to put her in, your mind's eye start to see things that she may not be quite ready for. See, yeah, men, we hold the key to commitment in relationships. Women hold the key to sex and intimacy, right? But as a man, you have the steering wheel. You see what I'm saying? When I say the steering wheel, I'm talking about the relationship. So you have the steering wheel where you can steer, or even the yoke, you know what I'm saying, on a ship with the rudder, on this navigation. You steer that vessel or that car on where you want it to go in terms of, the seriousness of that relationship. But however, the woman has the gas pedal of that car, or she has the throttle of the vessel. So if you're advancing if you got the foot on the gas too fast, or you going full throttle with it and she's not quite ready, that could turn a woman off. You see what I'm saying? Because a woman should be fantasizing about you. Anytime you deal with a woman, man, you got to have the upper hand. You got to have the upper hand with leverage. She got to like you and love on you a lot more than you do her, because it's just better that way. You see what I'm saying? Because think about it. Women initiate over 80% of the divorces. So you tell me who should have the onus on liking or loving more. You know what I mean? Like, if women are leaving men, that means that there are far too many men that like the woman more than she likes him. A woman's got to like you a lot more than you like her. That's just what it is. You see what I'm saying? You gotta put yourself in a position to be chosen by a woman. You see what I'm saying? You gotta let a woman choose upon you. You know what I mean? Like, she should want to be a part of your life. That's what it is. It's not the other way around. You shouldn't be trying to like ingratiate yourself, or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you shouldn't be trying to ingratiate yourself into her life. She needs to be trying to ingratiate herself into your life. She needs to be trying to become a part of your life because you've done the work. Now, if you've done the work, mind, body, and soul. What do I mean by that? I always talk about it. Well, soul-wise, you got your faith in the Most High, the Creator of the universe. You're taking care of your body with your fitness and fashion. You got your mind together with your finances, right? Your career, your purpose, all that kind of stuff. And then that's how you're attracted to the female, the woman. So when you do the work, that's how you position yourself to be chosen. She actually chose you. And so often how you begin with a woman is how you're going to end. So if you began, a certain kind of way, like a lot of these simps, a lot of these betas, you know what I'm saying, you come out of pockets first. Well, to keep that going, you have to keep spending. So however you begin with a woman is how you're gonna have to maintain that woman. You see what I'm saying? So if you come in that if you coming from a place of, you know, self-aggrandizement, personal development, being your best version, you know, presenting your character first, presenting your values first, your morals first, your essence first. You see what I'm saying? Your masculine frame first, your purpose first. You're gonna have to keep doing that throughout that relationship. But the moment you start to shift your focus and put it on her, the moment you start to pedestalize this woman, the moment you start to prioritize this woman, now the dynamics shift, because prior to that, she liked you a lot more than you liked her because you were focused. But now there was a dynamic where it switched. So now you got to look back in hindsight and analyze it in retrospect and be like, okay, when she said this, okay, oh, when she started acting that way because she ain't never used to do that, this is when it started. So that last, you know, argument was the last straw, you know, to push her over the edge. You know what I'm saying, in terms of like pulling back. But, you know what I'm saying, as a Mac, as a high value man, you know, as a man that's, you know, playing from a high position, as a man who loves himself with self-esteem, you never chase. As a matter of fact, if you truly love or care about that woman, just like what that proverb says, you're not going to ambush yourself and force your way back into her life. If you really care about that woman, what you're going to do is let her go. You're going to let her walk. You're going to agree with her, and you're going to let that woman go. You know what I'm saying? Because if you love her, that's what love is. Love is freedom. Love is not controlling. Love is not possessiveness. Love is like, okay, I love you enough. I love you so much. I love you enough to let you go. If you're not happy with me, if you're not satisfied with me, if you don't feel safe with me, you know what I'm saying? Then cool. I love you that much. I care for you that much. And that's the attitude that you should take. And so when you look at it from that perspective, because you know what love is, you're just gonna sit back and let it do what it do. Because when a woman, if you guys really had a connection, when a woman really connects with you, let me tell you something, bro. When a woman really connects with you, and if you're really that dude to her, and y'all really vibed or whatnot, y'all really had a connection, and she was really in love with you, she was really, you know, fascinated or infatuated with you, the essence of you, the masculinity of you, the mindset of you. Like if you had her mind, if she was literally into who you are as a person, that woman is gonna ruminate on that. She's gonna ruminate on that and double back on you. You see what I'm saying? Because she's gonna respect the fact that you let her walk away with no pressure. Now, to some women, it might hit the ego a little bit because in the beginning, you know, they want to validate their decision. You see what I'm saying? So when a woman pulls away or she breaks up or whatever, and you start to beg and run up after her and all that, which is what seems natural. Like if you are blowing up the phone and calling and begging and jumping out the bushes, literally ambushing on her, coming out to the job, you know, cussing her out, watching her stories, stalking her, all that type shit. You feel me? Now you just validated her because now she's saying, yep, I made the right decision. This guy was weak. I thought he was this and he's not. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of women, they pull back from men and they do that as a test to see, you feel me, like, what kind of dude are you? You see what I'm saying? Like, simps, lames, betas, cucks, and all that, they crash out. They show up. You know what I'm talking about? They ambush, they call, they bang on the door. You know what I'm talking about? They'll crash out on her on another date that she could be on. They might confront another dude that she might be seeing or whatever. And if that's the case, look, if a woman leave you and then, you know, a week later, 2 weeks later, a day later, and, you know, a month later she already with a dude, that means she was never your chick to begin with. You know what I'm talking about? Because that dude was already, she was already talking to that dude. You see what I'm saying? But if a woman really gave a fuck about you, if she really loved you and cared about you, she ain't gonna really feel good about you know, pulling away initially. Initially she might, but after about a week or two, she might be like, man, you know, I miss this dude. I miss the times that we had. I miss the conversations. I miss the intimacy. I miss this and that. You know what I'm talking about? So she going through it. And so now she might be saying, you know, did I make the right decision or not? And depending on your actions, you feel if you crashing out and you in your lowest calling and you ambushing and trying to force your way into her life, she's just gonna keep running from you because now you just validate her decision and she made the right one. But if you in your highest calling, you know what I'm saying, and you allow her to walk the earth unharmed, you know what I'm saying, because you're protecting her, right? You're still protecting her even when she's not with you, right? Yeah, you're still protecting her. You're protecting her peace of mind. You feel me? But if you're trying to ambush your way into her life, you're not protecting her peace of mind. You're ambushing and breaking her peace of mind. So even in a breakup, when a woman walks away from her, you're still protecting her by letting her go free. And you're showing her your strength. You're showing her your self-respect. And you're showing her why the fuck she got with you from the beginning. Because if y'all had something real, you gonna miss her too. But hey, you gotta honor her fucking, you know, decision. So that's what you do, fellas. I told you, there's so many reasons why you just want to go ahead and walk away. Self-respect, self-esteem, being in your highest calling. You know what I'm talking about? These are all these things matter. And so, you know, oftentimes too, man, when you with a chick, at some point, you can set your watch to it. A woman's gonna pull away from you at some point. She's gonna pull away. And when she pulls away, she's gonna see how you act. Because that's all they got. As far as power and leverage, is the vagina, is the yoni, is the pussy, is the coochie, whatever you wanna call it, you feel me? That's the only leverage that they got. You feel what I'm saying? So if you tender dick, which is what caused you to put her on the pedestal to initiate this whole of her pulling back anyway, she got you. If a woman can conquer you with sex, if a woman can leverage her vagina, if she can leverage her yoni and get you from being this powerful guy into this simp, she conquered you, man. There's nothing else for her to do. She gonna move on to the next. So if you just, you know what I'm saying, do what you do, keep working on yourself, analyze, and, you know, learn from what caused her to pull back, and you always, you know, self-aggrandizing and working on yourself, right? So now you in the gym again. Now you're in the gym. Now you read, now you study, now you focus on your bag. Now you get some new clothes. Now you get a new look or whatever, right? You stay good, you stay looking good. No contact, no story, none of that, right? You working on yourself, you upgrade, you get that promotion, you get that job, you start that business, you know what I'm talking about? You get a new wardrobe, everything, you know what I mean? Like, if you're always leveling up, because believe me, they watching, they want to make sure they're making the right decisions. They're going to be watching, right? But if you're in the same spot, you just validating her decision. But if she look at you 2 weeks later, a month later, 3 months later, 6 months later, or even a year later, you know what I'm saying? And now you've elevated, you don't think she's gonna try to get back with that? You know what I'm saying? Because she done put in an investment. See, the number one way you get a woman to fall in love with you, bro, to go crazy for you and to be head over heels for you, is you gotta get her to invest in you, man. You gotta get her to meet you, man. I keep telling you guys, meet. I even flipped it around. You gotta get her to get on your team. So meat is money, right? Her emotions, her energy, and time. Flip it around the team. So her time, her energy, her emotions, and money. You get a woman to invest all of that into you, she's gonna want to return on her investment. She coming back for you, bro. And really, that's the real test. You should expect, you should look forward to the day that a woman pulls back. Let her pull back. You do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Peep game on the peep game. Why she did it. Improve what it is or whatever. Always improve on yourself anyway. You know what I'm saying? And love is freedom. It's not cuffing. It's not control. You know what I'm talking about? Fall back. You fall back. Show her that strength. Why she fuck with you in the first place? You fall back. You know what I'm talking about? And so while she over there, you know, missing out, because a lot of all women fear the fear of missing out. She peeping game. Damn, he ain't hit me up. He ain't blowing up my phone. He ain't in his lowest calling. He ain't ambushing me. None of that. She gonna be seeing what you want to. And if you steady upgrading, that woman gonna come back. Because ain't nobody else out there like you. You know what I'm talking about? You can't be replaced. Yeah, there's billions of people on the planet, but there's only one you. And you can't be replaced. There's only one you. You're an individual. Now, there's other guys out there, but, you know, it takes time and a connection. If you guys really had a connection, let me tell you something, man. A connection is hard. Yeah, you can smash or whatever, but it's not the same. Like, if you was really putting in work, blowing the back out, and you guys really connected, man, that's hard to come by. And you hard to come by. You're not easy to replace, so understand that, man. Know who you are. You're a fucking king, bro. Always go back to the chessboard. Understand that. Always look at yourself as a lion king. He's got lioness in his pride. A king on the chessboard, he's got his queen. The king is the most valuable piece on the chessboard. The queen is the most powerful piece, but guess what? The queen can be captured. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? The queen can be replaced. Even a pawn can become a queen. But the only way to lose the game is to what? Utterly take out the king. You see what I'm saying? You're the most valuable piece on the board. You got to carry yourself like that. So if you're missing the queen, no pressure. Just replace the queen with another one. That's all. Because the same way she chose you, guess what? Another queen gonna choose you too. You did. So man, I just want to get on here, man, because I don't make a lot of videos like this, but understand that when a woman pulls back, you pull back. And that dynamic that y'all built, that moment in time, however long it was, whether it been, you know, a 10, 20, 30-year marriage or a couple of months relationship, a couple of weeks or whatever, if you guys connected and you bonded, she pulls away, you pull away, there's still a connection there. And when you pull away, guess what? There's tension, boom, eventually it's gonna snap, right? Like a rubber band. Either the tension's too great and it breaks, or there's so much tension that it steps back, that it snaps back. But the elasticity of that band all depends on the bond, the intimacy, the connection, the good times and all that was invested into it. And time is on your side, you feel me? Because the more time that elapses, the better, because, you know, scientifically there's something called the fading effect bias that gets into place, meaning they start to forget about the negativity that was involved in the relationship, and they start to focus on the good times that gave them the oxytocin, the endorphins, and all the other good stuff, you know, love hormones, you feel me? So it's called a fading effect bias that kicks in after, you know, the anger and all that kind of stuff, you know, wears off. So that's all I got, man. I know I said a lot in this video. I dropped a lot of gems. And, you know, this was just basically, you know, 25 minutes of game that I'm dropping on you guys. You know what I'm talking about? Stay in your highest calling, man. Stay in your highest calling. Don't be a low quality man, all right? Hey, man, like my shit, share my shit, subscribe to my shit, comment on my shit. I'll see you guys next video. Yep.